Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It's October 24th, 2022, and today I'm going to find out what's inside this box. It came last week, arrived I think Thursday or Friday, and I've held it on till today to open it up to see what's inside. It comes from Stn in Lithuania. We agreed to do mystery swaps. So I put a box or a package together for her, and she did the same for me, and now we're going to see what she sent to me. It is a nice day out there. It's supposed to rain, they say, but right now it's like 18 or 19 degrees. Work was busy, so it's a little late getting home today. But because the weather was so nice, I really didn't mind. I could even do most of my job today without even wearing a jacket, which is kind of nice, seeing it's so far into October. I'm not even sure how to open this box, so I'm going to take the scissors and try to cut gently across the top. There is tape on all sides, so I don't know where the opening is. This may just be a video of me trying to get through tape. We shall see. So yeah, so the weather was nice today. It's supposed to be a little bit wet going forward. But if I can get through the work day without getting rained on, then I feel like it's been a success. Alright, Stn, you have sealed this box but good. I think I've got an edge on it now. I don't see an opening on it yet, so I'm going to create my own opening down the side as gentle as I can, because I don't know what's inside and I don't want to damage anything. Alright, now I can tear into it gently at the top. Alright, the box is opened, the contents are out. The first thing it says is time to celebrate. She was trying to get it here in time for my birthday. Didn't quite make my birthday, but that's alright. That's what happens when you send things internationally, especially parcels. Who knows when they're going to arrive. Alright, the first thing I do see is something sweet. We have a dark chocolate bar. And it's got almonds in it by the looks of things, so we're going to enjoy that. My wife probably will enjoy that too, because she really likes dark chocolate. There are all sorts of little tags, but they're not on anything. They're just loose in here, so I'm not sure if they were attached at one point in time. Alright, there is a envelope. It says make a wish on the back, so it might be like a blowing out the candles type thing. Inside we have a dark chocolate bar with pineapples. Is this pineapple flavored chocolate? If it is, that's going to be very interesting. I'll be very curious on that one. Another chocolate bar, that's cool. We have a mustache happy birthday card. I'm just going to put that aside. We have, some of these things seem to be numbered. I have been opening them right. So this one here has a number 2 on it. Also with that chocolate bar, there was the cards, so I will read those separately, so I'm not going to spend time reading that on the video. We have, she said she was traveling. Her and her fiance were traveling, and they're sending brochures of some of the places they've been. The difficult thing about this is I can't read it. So, guys, you'll have to let me know what I'm looking at. Alright, this one I can read, because this is Vilnius. So this is a capital city, I think, Lithuania. We have a map inside of it, but it also has things to do, places to see while you're there. Even has the price in euros of going to see some of these things. For example, the TV tower here says it costs 7 to 9 euros, and it gives the time it's open, and gives a description, all in English, which that is super helpful. Now I can read that. Here we also have, she's done very good at putting paper clips on everything. We have there's another paper clip I missed. Kind of a street map too of where things are. And it's all got accommodations, so hotels or Airbnbs, hostels, that sort of guest houses. It's not Airbnbs, but all the rest of it there. And if you had a Vilnius city card, these are places that you might be able to save a little money on. Here we have a Vilnius card, and she's written on the back of that one too. So all the things that she's written on, I will read after. All right, we have a Lithuanian card here. He says, "Are you ready to start your journey here?" So this was the #1 thing I should have looked at first, and then the Vilnius maps, which was labeled #2. That's the problem with some of these things falling off. All right, here's a book about Lithuania. That's a cool, it looks like a tricycle, but it's only got 2 wheels. So it's got a big wheel in the front, a little wheel in the back. And then we have things to do in Lithuania map, places to go. And there, try to keep these in order now. Now let's look for #3. All right, #3. So as she was traveling, she has this. Now I would say it's Kaunas, but I'm probably pronouncing it incorrectly. It's the 2nd largest city in Lithuania. At one time it was the temporary capital of Lithuania. I have been and lived here for 3 years after school. And here I studied occupational therapy. All right, so there we go. Hope you don't mind me saying that as I read that one. Then we have all the things to do in that city. Once again, in English, so I can look at that, I can understand it. And we have another map again. So as we're traveling, we can find out where these locations are. We can find out where the parks are and all the major attractions. Even talks about different things that are in there. The largest kids edutainment center in the Baltic states. We'll add there for that. So it's neat kind of seeing the ads too, that, you know, for restaurants, for a local basketball team, for gardens you might want to go visit. Lots of restaurants, museums. All right, let's put all those things, keep them together. So we've got 1, we've got 2, and 3. And we opened the surprise pack, which didn't have a number on it as far as I could tell. Now I have a whole bunch of things that don't seem to have numbers on them. I think they've fallen off. So I'm gonna go based on top down. We have this card here showing the 3rd largest city in Lithuania. It's next to the Baltic Sea. It's a very beautiful city. So she'd love to live there. And here is a map or a guide that talks about what's in that city, including the different spas you might be there. So because it's probably more of a tourist destination as beside the Baltic Sea. It's got shopping, sports, board games. That's interesting. They're going to see movies, spas, and what to do on a rainy day. So all that stuff. And then if you've got kids, if you're there traveling as a family, here are all the things that are kid friendly that you can do, including, look at this bike trail. I don't know if I'd want to do that on a bike, but some kids might, I guess. Not this 48-year-old person, he doesn't. So there we go, that's got all the pools. So that whole bundle goes together. There is bundle number 5. Ooh, this looks nice. And this says, the Baltic Sea region consists of 4 cities. And I'm not going to try to pronounce them. If you want to get to Nida, you need to take a ferry. Nida is very, very expensive resort town. Today it's cheaper to go to Turkey for 7 days for all-inclusive than to live in Nida for a week. Wow. So it must be very expensive, but looks very beautiful too. And then we have another regional map. Hopefully this goes with that. Let me just look at the names. Yeah, this goes with that. all these paper clips. In that, we have this giant map of the city and all the advertisements on the back of things that you might see or places you might want to visit while in this city along the Baltic. And then things to do on a rainy day. I love that they give you options of all the things that you can go do, and then also gives you a secondary option of things you can do if the weather isn't perfect. Museums that might be inside, or shops that you want to go see. So put that over there. Then we have this one here. This is the 6th largest city in Lithuania. And she said she lived there for 19 years. It was her hometown. There's always a Christmas tree in December. That's good. And then here's the map. This is a walking map of all the attractions you might see going through this town. Altius. I'm gonna try. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I'm gonna try anyways. And I know you can't really see too much on these maps when I showed them like this real far away. You can't read these. I can barely read them until I get up nice and close with them. But I just wanted to show you the different things that she's sending. There's another map of the town. And on the back, it's got all the places to visit, sports centers, leisure time areas, places you can stay, places that have internet services, and souvenir shops too. So maybe good places to go buy postcards, like this one that she sent. And then we have another map. So if you need to travel to Lithuania, you now know who to get in contact with, because I have all the maps. I have all the best places to see and do. If you want to go to the 2nd largest or 6th largest city, I know which ones those are now too. Hope we're doing the next one here in order too. This one seems to be stuck. Okay, there we go. So that's a beautiful card. What do you think of that? This is one of the smaller cities in Lithuania. It's a resort town with many spa complexes. The sanatorium is the largest spa by way of... I can't pronounce that. But it translates into fir tree. In a month, I'll visit. She can't wait to visit in a month. All right, she's getting a chance to go to that tourist town. Now, when she said a month, when this parcel was sent, she's probably been there already. We've been waiting for it to arrive, just like I've been waiting for my parcel to arrive at her destination. Another booklet of all the things that you can see and do in this area, in another tourist town. One of the great things about post crossing is learning about different places. I would never have known so much or gotten the chance to learn so much about Lithuania if it wasn't for post crossing, because I never would have met Skaistia through that. We wouldn't have traded postcards and had these beautiful swaps. I like all the maps. I like that there's a postcard that goes with each region. That's really cool. We got another one here. All the things to do. I'll show you the front so you know exactly what we're looking at right now. Prainai looks like the name of the town. And it looks like it's a more historical town based on some of these images. Things to do, places to go. Look back in Lithuanian history. We've got a number 8 here. It did stay on it. Look at that castle. Trakai. Trakai is close to Vilnius. Also celebrating 700th birthday this year. A small town that is famous for its meal kibinai. Sounds Japanese more than Lithuanian, but that's probably my pronunciation. Has a large and beautiful castle in the middle of the lake. I would say yes, it does. And look at the color of the castle too. And then we have more maps, district maps. We have some history on the back. The Trakai district, population 36,135. That's 4.3% of the country's total population. It's one of the most picturesque municipalities in Lithuania. At the northern border, there is the Neris River. At the southeastern, the Merkys. There are headwaters of the... Yeah, I'm just butchering the language. I'm sorry. My history does not include a lot about Lithuania, so this is great. Now we have what looks to be about food. She knows me well now. We have some Lithuanian food. Restaurants. So this is a chain of restaurants and point of sale. It says, do you miss traditional kibinai? So is this traditional kibinai shown right here, which was said on another postcard as the a national dish they're famous for. She's also included some scissors. Now these are different types of scissors, so when you make cuts with them, oops, they've opened up already. You see that? And on the pen, it shows you what kind of a cut you'll get. So if you use those scissors, you'll get that kind of a cut. If you use these scissors, you're gonna get that kind of an edge. So she's trying to get me to get even fancier. I thought I was fancy enough with washi tape and stickers. Now she wants me to cut the paper a certain way to get a certain type of cut. And the reason she's doing that, if you look on the back here, see how she's decorated and she's cut the paper? So she used a scissor like that in order to try to decorate. So she's trying to get me to decorate even more too, I guess, and be fancier and more creative. And then we're drawing to the end. We have World Postcard Day cards. So they had a meetup. All the people on the back. And this one, well, it's the traditional one. I get it the right side up. All the people that have stamped on it there too. And then the last one, I really like this one. It's a puzzle. I haven't seen this card before, so this is another new one for me. And there are all the people that have stamped it. So these meetups, I had a lot of people at. If it's the same meetup, then to have 3 cards, that's pretty cool too. Wow, so thank you Sky SGF for that parcel. I've got stuff everywhere on my table now. I will go through it a little bit more in detail and read the cards and do all that at my leisure now after, but I wanted to make sure that I got this out so people could see what you sent, because we mentioned you didn't mind if I turned it into a video, so I like to do that when things come in. Sometimes I put a whole bunch of things together as a haul and show a video that way. Sometimes it's one-off. It all depends on what comes during the week. This week, this was the only parcel that came in, and it's been one I've been waiting for a long time, so I'm excited to open it up and show you guys, because I didn't know what was going to be in it, and hopefully she'll be excited when mine arrives at her destination too. So thank you, Skastia. Thank you to your fiance as well. I know he took part in trying to find some of these things, so I appreciate both of you sending me stuff about your country. I know you probably have the same pride in your country and want to talk about it and show it off as I do in mine. So thank you so much. Thanks to everybody who's watching, and hopefully you guys have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Bye.